Mark's Done YouTube weekly episode. Cromford for 2 days. This is Sunday. This is Mark's Done YouTube weekly episode. Cromford Steam Valley. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mark's Done YouTube weekly episode. This week, Saturday and Sunday, we're at Cromford Steam Valley for the past 4 days. Not happy at the end on it, but everything went alright. This week, Monday to Friday, I'll tell you the best. And I'll see you in a second.
Right, so you can all have a practice then, lads. Show the public what you can do with them. Yeah, all set up, have your practice. Keep an eye on which one you think is going to do well. There we go. Jamie's digging half the arena up. We'll sort that after. Oh, John. Right, okay, I know time is running out, so we'll get them back and we'll have a proper go at it. So, big cheer if you think John's going to win. Oh, that was in this morning, John. They obviously saw that you won earlier. If he comes back, do we think that Still is going to win? Next to Still, we have Andrew. Do we have any? Oh no. Deborah saw you this morning as well. And then we have Jamie on the end. Have we got cheers for Jamie? Yeah, to be fair, I won't be cheering for any of them after the performance earlier. But, hold your horses there, Stu. Right. Okay. After 3, 2, 1, let's go. So Jamie's made a good start. John's doing well, isn't he? Jamie's down, Stu's going. Andrew, we've discovered, can't go in a straight line. John's down. Oh, I think that's a huge round of applause for all of them, to be honest. To be fair to them, the arena is very bumpy and rutty, so it is more difficult for them. That is it from us today.
I've been chilling out with my family and friends this week, down at Horses, with my dad, my mum, my nephew and my niece, and the rest of my family. This week it's not been as great. I had a lovely time at Cromford Steam Valley. Sadly we lost a few people this year. So rest in peace to a couple of workers at Cromford. Ken, then we sadly lost David, the landlord, and a few many others. So rest in peace to them, what sadly passed away this year. And yeah, it was a good funeral for the landlord. And yeah, it will be blessed. So yeah, rest of this week now, I'm filming this literally on Wednesday and Thursday. Just got signed back onto the job centre. Get back driving back onto the road, try and get my full licence back. And yeah. Just going to go down to an auction, to 2 auctions, and whilst I'm at it, I might see if I can find another little princess. So it makes these 2 a bit more happier. Just wants to say thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. See you later, bye for now.
Dragon. Right, Dragon is a Borough Scenic Showman's engine that was owned by a West Country amusement cases called Anderton and Rowlands. It came into preservation with one family called the Chamberlains from Farset near Peterborough. It remained with them for over 50 years. They decided to part, well, the King brothers decided to part company with it. They were part of the family, and it was acquired by Carl Hayes from Chesterfield. And over the last 12 months or more, it's received a complete rebuild. So that is a big full scenic showman's engine called Dragon, which you will see when we move the rest of the engine. Right, Dave, I'm going to hand back to you, and I'm going to find some water.
Water.
You're going to find some what?
Water.
Water. Water?
Water.
Good out the Isle of Wight, they won't have a clue what you're talking about. I know that from experience. Right, folks, just bear with me 1 sec. Get me some water and all, Pete, if you will. Right, folks. Just bear with me 1 second.
What are we going to do? Start things?
Have you all enjoyed it?
Right, folks, sorry to keep you all in suspense.
No, you're not.
This year has been quite a difficult year for most of us here at Cromford. Earlier on this year, you know, I'm starting to know what a kipper feels like. Earlier on this year, not too long ago, we sadly lost our landlord, Mr. David Abbott, who owns the farm just above with his family. And to compound that, only last week, we lost our recent chairman, Mr. Ken Bowman. It's been quite difficult because both these two gentlemen have had an immense effect upon Cromford Steam Rally. Going back to David to start with, and many of you older people will remember Cromford Steam Rally was basically down in Cromford on the meadows. And a lot of people always ask me, is there any chance of going back on the meadows? Well, no, there isn't, because we've nearly outgrown this side, never mind outgrown that one. So we had to move. And the previous chairman and president, Mr. Derek Roos, who I'm sure a lot of you would know, approached David, and the end of the story is that we landed here. Now, Ken Bowman took over as chairman in the 1990s. It was quite a difficult time because the rally was moving side, a few internal problems, and Ken took over. And I think Ken Bowman was on the committee for 35 years, something like that. Nigel Whiting, who is down working in the tea tent today, he's been the longest serving member. And Terry Mellor, who runs the commercial section today, he's been here for about 35 years. I've only been here for about 32. So around that nucleus of a committee, Ken built a good strong team, took us out the paper age into the computer age, and it's made a heck of a difference. Cromford's got now to be very, very successful financially as well, and it's thanks to you wonderful people for attending that we are doing like we are. But going back to Ken Bowman, Ken is a great guy. Loved his football, played football at a quite a high level when he was younger, but his love was always Derby County. He had a box down there at the, well, it's not, I wouldn't say the baseball ground, but he was as upset as anybody when the baseball ground went. But he's been at Pride Park ever since with his box. I've been down many a time with Ken, and for some of you older guys who'll remember, I've met company like Dave Mackay and quite a lot of the famous Derby players, Roy McFarland, and Ken was on first name team terms with them, and they all loved Ken. We loved going down in the box, and Mary and his family were always there as wonderful support. It's terrible that Ken started to lose his memory 2 or 3 years ago, and it's gradually deteriorated until sadly Ken passed away only last week. But David, oh dear. I first met David before I ever knew about Cromford Steam Rally. A very good friend of mine, Mr. Brian Thomas, you've seen his lorry go around here today, sadly no longer with us, but Brian introduced me to David some 30 odd years ago when we came looking for a Bedford lorry that we know he'd got for sale. I ended up buying a body off him for a lorry I was restoring, and we were pretty good friends ever since. We couldn't have wanted a better landlord. We hear stories from other rallies who are having difficulties with landlords. Sadly, they're usually councils who are the world's worst to ever deal with. They want to take a deposit, but when everything's right, they don't want to give it you back. And it's a sad story, but we were very, very lucky. Our landlord basically let us do what we want. We always asked, but we put stone roads down, we brought in stone, we dug this out, we put gates in here and there. David and his family were never, ever anything but 100% supportive. And you don't know from a rally organising committee how great that feels to know that you're on solid ground and with a guy that's interested in the rally, not in what he's going to make out of it. It was David's funeral not many weeks ago at Ashover Church in the village of Ashover. I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. I've never been to a funeral like it. I don't think I'll ever go to another one like it. I've never seen a funeral where the family got so involved to do what they did. David didn't want to be through the normal channels. He didn't want a churchyard, he didn't want a crematorium. David was born and bred on this land in that farmhouse, and this is where he wanted to stay. You know, that's nearly as annoying as listening to a drummer on football, isn't it? Anyway, on the day of the funeral, at the church, we knew our current chairman, Graham Wright. We knew he'd been here, and he dug David's grave, and he'd got his old tractor out the barn, cleaned it up, got it running after many years of not running. The family had cleaned up an old trailer. The family, his lads, had made his coffin. And it was no cheap thing, it was absolutely beautiful. The grandkids had painted pictures and stuck them all around the coffin to Grandad. It was raining, chucking it down when we went into Ashover, and David came into the church. The service was absolutely unreal. I don't like church services where you have to sing, because I don't know how anybody can sing at a church at a funeral. But what they'd done was, a grandson and the family had all contrived. One thing, there was a popular country and western song, and David was very much into his country and western as he got older. But I just love to hear that bass note in a treble country music. It gives it soul. And they changed the words professionally, and the words were absolutely unbelievable. It got tears running down everybody's face. It was a credit to the family, a beautiful send-off to David. And David, if you look right up at the top of the side, you'll see there's a showman's caravan up there on the fence side, near the Chamberlain's big yellow AEC, and if you look over into that paddock, you'll see a fenced off area, and you'll see David's grave. That's where David is. It means, I was only talking to his family yesterday afternoon, and they made some very nice comments about the tribute yesterday, and they more than ever are keen for Cromford to carry on here, and so are we. So ladies and gentlemen, I just can't say any more, because if I say any more, you know what will happen. But I'm going to ask all these wonderful ladies, if you've got dogs, or you've got young children, and here yourself, be prepared for a heck of a noise, because are we all ready? Are we all ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3, come on! I also want to pay tribute to a wonderful gentleman that nearly everybody in the centre of the arena knew, a wonderful gentleman called Cliff Rogers. Cliff Rogers came to Cromford most years with his engine Ghoulie, and Cliff was the chairman of Elmston Rally, and he died just recently. So I met all 3 of them there with Eric Roos and 1 or 2 others looking down at us, and just, I hope they've enjoyed it, like I hope you have. Thank you.
I'm going to put a link in the description, a couple other links and all, but I'm going to put on top the Cromford Steam Rally. I've got it on my Mark Stone Entertainment and Life, or technically Sir Mark Stone. Well, where Cromford videos, I did about 50 just recently for the 1st and 2nd of August. Let's see, the sun's actually blinding me this morning. It's only 7:30 this morning, so I'm back down to the horses, just make sure they've got plenty of water, so they got 2 bowls, so it'll be alright till I get back into bed. As I was saying, yeah, there's a link in the description of my Mark Stone Entertainment and Life playlist of the Cromford. So you'll see some old videos, and then you see the new videos. I know with the titles I put part 1, whatever, then Cromford Steam Rally. Yeah. It might make it easy for you guys to, if you ever want to go back finding that video, like, and if you ever want to talk about it, it's easy to talk about it. But I just started from part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, up to part 50. Part 50, and you've just seen it in this weekly episode. Yeah, it is upsetting that there's been a few people that I know that passed away, and it's like when you've been to the same place for years, and it's like, well, 1 year I didn't go 1 year, and that was 2024, or 2020. 1 year I didn't go, and it was alright. But the only problem is, every time I went in a relationship, even if I was or not, I never took a girlfriend there. Even after we broke up, never took them there. But I took friends, I took family, I took myself. Yeah. jobs that I worked for in the past, and that a few on him. So yeah, that, and yeah, and how I know that event, where a friend of mine, they were him. Actually, they're still together now. They were him, his wife, because recently just got married. It was his dad, and his dad. And they had like all sorts of lorries. And there was that time where I was taking someone's dog for a walk. I would have been 16. And the next minute I took the dog off the lead, and the next minute it was chasing after a rabbit. I went onto the field to chase it, and then the rabbit went into this warehouse. I don't know how the dog did it or what, while that went in the gap, and I went, well, that dog can, I can, so I did. At the time I went in, there was no way of finding the dog. The next minute this bloke come out with this dog and apologised, saying he was chasing after a rabbit and I couldn't hold the dog. And he said my apology, they didn't take it wrong, he said Black Sarah and they them. And they said, well, we're getting it ready for this steam alley. And yeah, so that was the first time, and I think it would have been when I was 15, I think, when the first time I've been going. So it's like 12 years going, we'll make it 11 because I didn't go 1 year. And yeah, and I tell friends, I tell family about it, and yeah, so yeah, and so yeah, and it's been alright ever since. But I know some people said to me before, why can't I make a YouTube video all about Cromford Steam Alley? I'd love to. I really love to do that. But it's one of them it's only a 2-day event. Unless I went to the Friday and the Monday and I filmed some lorries on that Friday. But problem is, if I did that on my phone for all that 4-day event, it would be tiring, because for that Saturday, it was lucky enough to actually use all my memory for Saturday, because all that filming, the photos, it was about 1,300 on Saturday. Sunday, it was about 1,400. And when I was working at RT, it was about 160, 170 difference. So, and I remember the year before, once when I stopped there once, I didn't hardly film much because at the time I know I haven't got enough stories on my phone. But yeah, I'll put Cromford Steam Alley in the description below. Can you see this weekly episode? I forgot to mention last week's episode. There's a fun fair going off for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but I might as well leave it for this year, not bother saying it. Give it a start out next year, see how it goes, because I know there's people at this fun fair what might know me from on and off YouTube, like friends and family nearby. So, and I know some people that just watch me on YouTube, and I know they probably come and talk to me. At Cromford Steam Alley, I'm surprised that nobody didn't give me any, didn't recognise me from YouTube, so not one sticker got given out, so, but I did take some. But I am going to take some at this fun fair what's going off. Apparently it is an all-day event on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but nothing's probably not kicking off till about in the afternoons. But to be honest, even if it is, I'm not normally don't like to have fun first thing in the morning. But yeah. But on Friday, I'm just going to give it a couple hours because I want to try and get there. Because there's a tribute going off. There's a couple I want to see. And the Saturday, apparently, one of the wrestlers, the Giant, and he owns his own gym. I don't know much about the wrestling stuff, that sort of wrestling players, where to do these. I don't know much about it, to be honest. I know they do some stuff like with ropes and like gladiators or something like that, sort of people. But apparently he's going to be there, so I seen it got posted on social media, and I thought, oh, is it going to take long to get there? And it's not going to take that. It's not going to take long. So if I can get there, I'll be alright. But yeah. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. If you do see me from social media, yeah, just come direct to me, be respectful, and yeah. But if you see me, if I'm with somebody, be careful, because I'll probably be with my family or some friends that I'm trying to have some time with. So it's like, if you want to talk about, you go, oh, that's Mark saying from YouTube. Keep it to yourself, and then see me when it's the appropriate time. You can see me on my own. If you want to be in the YouTube video, please let me know. But yeah, I've got to be careful how you are, because I know there's a couple people that are under 18, and I don't know how YouTube gets away with it, where some kids do put the year to make them look older to watch certain videos on YouTube, like myself. Because most of my videos where it's viewed for over 18 years old, yeah, because of the content that I'll probably accidentally swear, you might see something getting smashed up, like I've got tools in my hand, like if I'm collecting scrap metal or wood, and I got an axe in my hand and I'm cutting wood up, screwdrivers and all sorts, but it's a YouTube policy. But yeah, I'll see you on the next YouTube Weekly. So this has been Mark's Done YouTube Weekly episode, Cromford Steam Valley. Been amazing this year. Respect to them what sadly passed away, and bye for now.